Hey guys, so look what just arrived. My wall insulation and roof insulation, and also the insulation that I will be putting under my bed. And I'll show you what's so special about this stuff is that it's wood fiber and it's organic. You can easily stuff it into all of your nooks and places. You can, like, you know, compress it. You can let it breathe, whatever you prefer. I'm just starting now to put this stuff down on the flooring here and on the sides. I don't know how much I can do it here already because I don't have the wood to cover the flooring yet. I need to go and buy more wood today. Story of my life. I literally, like, 3 times a week I go to the hardware store. It's fun. But anyway, I'm gonna build that in. I wanted to say something else about that. Yeah, so if you ever, like, take it out of your house or your van in this case, you can just recycle it fully because it's not treated with anything. It's natural, and it's just, you know, all of the cut-offs that they had from, you know, the proper wood production, they just turn into this fiber insulation. So it's like already like a recycled product in a way. But also once you take it out, because like you're changing your van or you're tearing your house down or whatever, you can fully, like, either compost it or use it as, like, fuel in a wood fire or whatever you want. So that's why I really support that, because so much insulation is thrown in the trash every year because it's, like, very toxic and you couldn't do anything with it, and it kind of has a lifespan. But this stuff, good quality. I'm gonna do a time lapse now because I haven't done a time lapse yet, so cue that. I want to show you guys how I'm doing the bed. I have just spent like 5 hours doing this. No, I did some flooring stuff, but it was at least 4 hours that I've spent on solving the bed problem. And the thing is, I have now screwed this in, which is like super sturdy. But because of this whole thing here, because of the fact that, you know, you see how I have to hang up my bed between these 2 different bracket sizes, and so this one here is obviously lower, and so it pulls this in. Now I have put 3 of these in between because that's about the size, but apparently it was not enough, so I have to get a thinner one and add a 4th one of the thinner ones, or test it out, or add 4 thick ones. But other than that, it is very exciting. I will put my bed slats on like so. I wanted to try it first and see if it works on one side, and now that it has pretty much worked, apart from the little problem that I can solve tomorrow when I go to the shop to get more rings, I want to show you how exactly I do it for the second side. Let's go. Also, how stunning is this October evening light? It's the best. Yeah, we only use professional tools here. As you can see. But you know, it does the job, kind of, mostly. So because I don't have a standing like drill support thing where you can like drill exactly down straight, I had to make a contraption. You know, this is what experimenting is all about. This is what van conversion is all about. So I made this angle wood piece with screwing it together, and then I put this in, which is just a very old piece of, you know, leftover or something wood, so that now I basically have a guiding brace for how to go down straight. I mean, you have to really align it, and then, but at least you're not going to be doing this or this, because you see as soon as you move off the path. So I think that's good. But yeah, it's a very funny contraption. Oh, look who's going in the van again. Kitty boy, I'm gonna spy on him for a second. And he's up on the seat. Little nugget. Don't do that. He always scratches out the seat cushion. I don't like it. Stop. Sit down and be happy. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, you can have a snooze there. I have to leave in 20 minutes, but sure, you have a snooze. Hi. Yesterday evening I had to do a quick photo shoot for the single cover, because I have a band and we have a single coming out. I'm in a band. It's not my band, but it will be out definitely by the time this video is out, so I will leave that in the description. But now I have one hand that's painted, because I only needed one hand for the photo, and then one that's not, and this is gonna be wrecked in a minute from all of the woodwork, so this is just quite funny to me that I'm working on the van with polished nails. Anywho, I am this light, assembling the bed stuff still, and I just drilled the whole other side. As I showed you yesterday, I had to do some adjustments, as you do, but I'm going to show you how I assemble everything now. So the first thing I have to do is put one of these big screws behind the metal from the back, with one of the like protecting rings. So now I've put on another ring to protect the metal again, and I'm now adding this little wood slat so that it can create this distance here between the big plank and the metal, because, you know, with the side over there it still is like drawing it down, and we need to avoid that. So I'm gonna try to fit this in here now. Okay, now I'm still not convinced if this is good, because there is still some air between here, where technically this metal thing can just wobble around. You know what I mean? So I'll hear that. First of all, that's annoying. And secondly, there's still a gap, so maybe I'll try to put a second metal ring in and see what that does. Oh, the stress. Okay, I think it's like a tiny bit too elevated now. So this will definitely be deformed a little bit, but I think that's still better than having space in there, which is, they don't do these metal rings in very many sizes, so that's my problem. But like here in the middle, for example, it looks pretty good. I think the wood is actually touching the metal on both sides. And it will be compressed anyway, so yeah, it should be fine. Now I will try to attach the big plank onto these, and then add one more ring, and then the nuts on top of the bolts, and then that should be good. Let's give it a go. So I have put on another metal ring to protect the wood, and then put on a safety knot. These have like a little rubber ring, you can see it there, so that they can slide out less easily and move around less easily and stuff. So I'm gonna try to tighten this guy here. Oh, this is where we're at right now. I have cut all of the slats. They are custom fitted because I actually noticed that my van gets a little bit wider at the end. It looks so cool. I am by no means finished. Like, I still need to make a structure where the whole thing goes around, I think, because this is just not enough support. I'm just excited that it kind of looks like a bed already. And you know, it's just nice after all of the insulation work and deconstructing. It's nice to see some structure finally in here. Like, now I can exactly imagine where I'm going to be sleeping. That's very cool. Yay! So this is what I'm leaving the bus with. I'm going to quickly try and finish the floor here because it would be a shame if I couldn't get that done. But it is 5:30. No, it's 6:30. And it's getting dark and I have to get the bus ready and pack everything up because we're leaving tomorrow at 7 to go to a place where we're gonna fit the Dachtrager, the roof rack. Why did I say that in German? We're gonna fit the roof rack and my new window, which is there in that box. It's a roof window with a vent so that I can have an airflow in or draw out. That good stuff. And then I'm gonna go to my friend, stay there. The bus is gonna stay there for like 2 weeks because it's gonna get fitted with all the electrical stuff. He's gonna help me, and by help me I mean he's gonna do it for me because I know nothing. I'm very keen to learn, but I'm just gonna be the helper if anything. I will pick it up when I get back here in like 2 to 3 weeks, when it's gonna be a lot colder and a lot darker, a lot faster. Hello, it's a beautiful day and I'm back with the van. Look at him, look at my pretty boy. So a few things have changed. I don't know if you can see it, but there have been some major adjustments and I'll give you a little tour of them now. You probably just saw nothing because of the sun, I just realized. Sorry. It's been like 3 weeks of a break with building for me, which was very sad, and I missed my boy dearly. I just really love being here and working, and even though it's like 4 degrees outside today and I'm actually freezing my hands off and everything else, I'll still show you what I've done, and I'm still here to get some work done. There is a roof rack that has been installed by a professional because I don't trust myself enough to do that. And even though a professional has done it, something has gone a little bit wrong, which I need to figure out now. There has been a little gap in the roof now, where 2 sheets of metal that are on top of each other are kind of, there's a little crack between them, and water came in the other day and we have a huge ordeal now. I'm drying out the van currently with a little heater ventilation thing because there was a lot of water lying in the van for a few days and no one noticed. Yeah, long story. But apart from that, the roof rack is great and it has a solar panel on top. I'll show you later. And then inside there's, this looks horrible at the moment because I have just bought a lot of wood, a lot of stuff. The joys of doing a van conversion while you don't even have your own car and you're not technically allowed to drive your van. No, I'm not going to tell you that I drove it for a few kilometers the other day because I really had to. But anyway, the choice is that I have to rent another car to go to the hardware store to buy all of the wood and try to buy as much as I possibly can at once. There's a lot outside there. It's an ordeal. So the water came in here, ran all the way down there into my like heating system, the inbuilt one. So I had to rip out the insulation again and the flooring, and now I'm drying it all. Good times. But what happened in the back here is that, first of all, you can see here on my phone, this is how much is currently coming in from the solar panels, and it's very cool because I can just keep track of everything. And then here I also have this little device where I can see how much my batteries are charged. This is very difficult with the light now. But they're currently at 100%, and I used some, I plugged my heater in before with here with my power in the bus, and it immediately went down to 90% because this sucks so much energy. But because now the sun has come out, I am back at 100%, which is very, very cool. Furthermore, my friend, who's an electrician and also a van lifer, has built this whole electrical system in for me because, let's be real, I don't know anything about that, and I would have done it wrong, and I would have had to do it 5 times over, and I would have done it wrong again, and it would have taken me like 2 months to just figure that out alone. But he's a professional, and he's done this in other buses and obviously for a job as well. So these are my 2 batteries now. They are these batteries, they're 100 kilos heavy, which is great. That's why we had to mount them on this side. I wanted them on the other side originally, but my kitchen's gonna be there, so I have to have some sort of a balance in the bus. And then there's the fuses, there's the charger that, I guess what he does is convert the solar and put it on the batteries. I'm not entirely sure. This is my what is that called in English? The inverter, which converts my 12 volt to 230 volts so that I can have normal power, charge my laptop, use a Hoover, all that kind of stuff. I'm excited. I have electricity in the bus now, and also if for some reason the car starter battery would be run down, I could charge it too with these, because there's actually a connection. It's this red cable going all the way to the front with the starter battery, so basically nothing can happen to my bus anymore. I have a plug down here as well, where I could plug into mains power if I needed that. I haven't made a socket on the outside of the bus yet because to me it's just like, it screams camper van. I mean, not that the roof rack makes my bus very stealth anyway, but I don't know, I just figured I don't really want to go on campsites like ever, because I'm not the biggest fan of campsites, at least not in my country, and if I ever go, I can still plug it in while I'm here through this charger down there. But now, if you remember before I left with the bus, to get all of these things mounted and installed, I wanted to put the bed in, and I had the bed pretty much in, but I had to take it out again because the roof rack would not fit if I didn't, you know, have a completely free space in the van to transport it. So now I'm gonna adjust that, put the bed back in, and figure out how to support with beams from underneath so that the bed is really stable. Also, what has changed, I have a ventilation fence thingy, roof window in the back. You know, I have a window in the front there, which opens electronically. Now I also have a ventilation system in the back, so I can open them both and have a nice little breeze going if it's hot in summer or if I'm cooking. Just open the window like so manually, and then you can just turn this on and make it go in, out, that's out, or you can make it go in. It's gonna change now. It's not gonna change. It's gonna change. Whee! Now it should pull air in. And then you can make the intensity stronger, you know. Isn't that great? This is so cool. It's so fancy. It has a obviously has mosquito nets up there, but you could also shut it, you know, with like a shutter kind of thing. So if you want to have it dark at night, which I don't care for at all, but technically you could. Yeah, so a few updates have been done. My coffee over there is basically frozen because it's so cold. But I'm gonna crack on with work now and hopefully get some stuff done today. Okay, moment of truth. Guys, my bed is finished! Oh my god. It has been such a long time coming, I don't know why. This was my first big thing in the van and it's done. It's basically done, let me show you. I still have to drill in these angle brackets because I'm not quite sure if I want to make, no, I definitely want to make horizontal wood slats that go over there, so they will probably hold it in place, and then I can put the angle brackets directly onto the other wood piece, so that will be fine. Underneath it looks like this, so it's all secured. It lies on these slats perfectly well. It's supported there twice, here in the middle twice on both sides, and on the end twice as well. So that's that. I just want to properly celebrate this because, oh my god, I have a bed. I'm so excited. This is my bed. This is where I'll be sleeping, watching the stars out the windows, watching the sunrise. It's definitely sturdy. It carries me. It's big enough for me and another person that likes to be close to me. I'm gonna close this here completely with a wall, and then underneath there will just be different like cupboards and compartments for storage. So yeah, I have a bed. This is basically a camper bed now, because as long as you have a place to sleep, I mean, you can take a camping cooker and you're good to go, right? I have a bed. It's very surreal. Very exciting! So yesterday I had my first injury of the van build. It was fine. I just quickly posted about it on Instagram because I thought it was funny. That I'm now officially feel like this was my christening of some sort. Feel like I'm officially baptized to be a van converter. Today on firsts I'm using a stapler gun, which I have never done before. I'm putting insulation down, so I have my wood fiber insulation there. I already did this side wall. I'm obviously gonna seal it with wood later today, and well, not seal it, cover it. I'm using the Vega USB Micro Vario and this tape which kind of goes with it. So this is not a moisture barrier, it's just a well, it is kind of, but it's not a complete barrier. It is it's like semi-permeable, if that exists in English. I know that it does in German. Yeah, it lets humidity, did I say that already? It lets humidity out, but it doesn't let humidity into the insulation. So if there's condensation on the inside wall of the van, it can evaporate when I'm heating the van and when I'm, you know, opening the windows or using my vent. But no new condensation or humidity from the inside of my van by like cooking or breathing will get into the insulation. So it should kind of always be able to dry out and prevent mold and rusting and all that good stuff. So we're gonna just put a few staples in so that it doesn't slip away, and then I can make these cut-offs and then seal everything with tape in the end. I've realized that the staple thingy is just a very big help if you're working alone, because I frankly cannot I don't have 5 hands, and most of the time I would quite like to have 5 hands because it would just work a lot better, but I don't. So yeah, that's why I'm using the stapler. That's better. Beautiful. Yeah, I will see you in the next van conversion vlog, and I hope you have a good day. If you're converting events yourself, please let me know in the comments and tell me about your Instagram or someplace where I can check it out, because I'm stalking all of the van converters right now. It's just my favorite hobby apart from doing this. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye!